online. They're like, oh my god, influencer Ayong is dead, and they start playing sleuth. They're trying to comb through her social media accounts to see if there's maybe even like a shadowy figure in the back. Maybe someone's been following her. Maybe she has a stalker. Maybe she has a toxic ex-boyfriend. Maybe she has connections with scary groups or illegal activities. Every sentence that she ever said online, every caption she ever wrote, maybe it was a clue. Maybe she was trying to tell us something. So 33-year-old Pyun Ayong had been a BJ on a platform called Africa TV. It stands for Anyone Can Freely Broadcast, or well, cast, right? And it's like Twitch. She was pretty private with her life, though, considering that she was a BJ. She didn't really share too much of her personal life or any sort of intimate relationships. We just don't really have a lot of information on that, but she seems nice. She seems normal. Like, I don't want to say normal because that makes her sound not special, but normal in the sense that she, at least from what we could find, doesn't seem to have any ties to any illegal activities like people are alleging. She didn't seem to have any groundbreaking scandals that we could find or associations with powerful, shady people. Okay, there was like one scandal that we did find. People accused her of dating GOT7's Mark. Yeah. But that was like proven. That was proven false, yeah. Oh. And then there was some alleged drama between her and another live streamer, which again, it just seemed like the public was reaching. So nothing crazy. Judging by her online personality, she just seemed like a normal girl trying to build an online career. From her Instagram, it seemed like she enjoyed spoiling her friends with trips and trying different cuisines, trying new food. She filmed Get Ready With Me. She seemed really into skincare and makeup products. She was also very close with her mom. I will say that even though our researchers and I couldn't find any big scandals that would reflect badly on her character, she was a bit more of a controversial live streamer. For the sole reason that she posted some risky photos, like risque videos. Well, risque in South Korean terms. She would dance to music or participate in cosplay, and there was a lot of appeal involved. She wasn't afraid to show it, she was embracing it, and whereas maybe in the United States we'd be like, oh wow, more power to her. In South Korea, it was deemed incredibly provocative. And she attracted, to no fault of her own, she attracted a very specific type of audience. I don't know if we can call them her fans, but a lot of them called her Bagel Ayong, like that was how she was deemed. She was called a bagel, and I hate this term. So in South Korea, it's commonly used to refer to women who have a baby face, but a voluptuous body. Baby face, glamorous body. Bagel. It also alludes to the potential shape of a bagel. Yeah, and I believe maybe it could potentially be used as an endearing term, and maybe not everyone who uses it means to objectify someone with it. Maybe some people use it as a compliment, but basically to me it just sounds like a super objectifying, icky term. And I'm pointing this out because it just adds another element to this case. If this is how a lot of her viewers are describing her, maybe one of them did something horrible to her. So let's rewind back to the day that she landed in Cambodia, June 2nd, 2023. So this is a few days before her murder. Ayong was going to stay with a couple while she was in Cambodia this time, and apparently this couple were very good friends of Ayong's, and naturally they became well acquainted with the police during the investigation. From the get-go, they were suspects number 1 and number 2. Most likely, I mean, it makes sense, right? But they were cleared. So most likely, the day that she arrives in Cambodia,
Who are they, just two random friends?
Yes, it's not even that clarified. So some sources say that they were Korean friends that had moved to Cambodia. Some said that they were Cambodians that she befriended last time she came to Cambodia. Some sources say that it was like a friend of a friend that she was acquainted with now.
Okay, so nothing.
All we know about them is that they do seem close to Ayong. They seem like good friends, and they lived in a luxury apartment building. Yeah. So that's pretty much all we know. Now, most likely the day that she arrived in Cambodia, there's not real record of what she was doing. There's no evidence that she went to specific places, but we could imagine that she was settling in. Maybe they grabbed dinner, they're unpacking, catching up with her friends and her host. The very next day, June 3rd, 2023, Ayong is caught on CCTV in the street, walking by herself towards a shopping plaza. She looks really calm. She looks really collected. It's about noon, 12 p.m. It doesn't look like this is her first time heading to wherever she's going. So if you guys travel, I mean, think about the last time you've traveled, even to an area in your town that you don't go to often. You're not really going to be that much at ease. It's not like you're at your local Target. But Ayong is looking down at her phone. She doesn't seem like she's getting walking directions or even looking at a map. She doesn't even really look up and from side to side. She seems like she knows the area. She seems like she's been here before. This is so pertinent, so keep this in mind. She barely looks up from her phone and proceeds straight towards a shopping center and towards a small, tiny, blue medical clinic. The one from the beginning of the story. The clinic was owned by a Chinese couple, and the locals thought it was a bit of a strange clinic. Not because the owners were Chinese, okay? But they thought, no, it's, not really my business, right? That's what they thought. The locals thought literally. All the signage outside was in Chinese.
Okay.
And this isn't for certain, but gathering all the context clues, it seems and it feels as if the clinic was being advertised to foreign visitors or Chinese Cambodians. So whether it was foreign Chinese visitors from China that came for the sole purpose of potentially getting more affordable healthcare in Cambodia, or if it was targeted to Chinese tourists who happened to get sick while on vacation in Cambodia, or both, the locals didn't really know. They just felt like it's not really a spot that a lot of Cambodians go to. But nevertheless, if this place is offering pediatrics and surgery and gynecology and all these things, surely they're employing medical professionals, right? No. The couple that owned the clinic had no medical licenses to practice medicine as they claimed on their signs outside. They didn't even have basic certificates or even basic permits to operate this business. Side note, a lot of clarifications on this case because I just don't want my message to be misunderstood. I'm not bringing down Eastern or traditional medicine by any means, but that's wild because even for traditional medicine, it's not just random people setting up shops. Fine, they might not have gotten like a doctorate's degree, but typically these providers are people who have been certified through a strict, rigorous process for whatever practice they're administering. So for example, in most countries, like in Korea, to even use acupuncture needles, there is a certification process. It's like being a chiropractor in the US. But nobody in this clinic was certified for anything, not even traditional Eastern medicine. And the fact that they're offering surgery and pediatric medical care, knowing that they're not licensed or certified professionals, is unsettling. Police officers would later state, when you go inside the clinic, there's not even a reception desk, or a separate doctor's office, or an exam room, or any other standard clinic treatment room. It looked like just shelves and chairs in one open room. Even if this were a restaurant, people would be like, oh, interesting. It feels like the type of clinic that might leave you very confused. On the outside, they're advertising one thing, or well, I guess in this case, a lot of things, but then you walk in and you feel like they're doing something else entirely. So when someone walks in and never walks back out, people want answers. What is going on in that clinic? I do want to give another quick disclaimer about this case. There's a lot going on. So I'm sure you guys are putting two and two together. The victim is Korean, the accused are a Chinese couple, and it all happened on Cambodian soil. There has been a lot of discourse by netizens or even by some media outlets that cast blame on either specific countries or specific groups of people for the supposed actions of one or two individuals, and we're not going to do that. Suspicious deaths occur globally. They are not exclusive to the three countries in today's case. So regardless, everyone wants to know what the hell is going on in that clinic. Well, according to the owner, 30-year-old Rai Wen Xiao and his wife, 39-year-old Tai Hui Zhen, they said that they got into medicine because the wife's family were all in medicine. So some of her family members were in Western medicine, some of them were in Eastern medicine, and they said that the wife learned all of these different skills from the family members. How to give injections, how to give IV drips, all of that. And they said, her only fault was that she never went through any official training. She never went through any official certification process or schooling. But she knew how to do all these things, so they claim. But she had no license. They claimed that she also taught her husband Rai how to do basic medicinal practices. And apparently the two of them, they felt confident enough in their abilities to go ahead and open up a clinic. And right now felt like the perfect time. They had a newborn baby. This was their very first child, so they just wanted to focus more on being financially stable as a family, as a unit. And I guess you could argue that their intentions were good, but it's pretty bad. Like, locals said the couple always came to work wearing white coats, doctor's gowns. It seems like, at least to a degree, there was a level of deception at play. This is the clinic that Ayong walks into on her second day in Cambodia. Like I